I didn't fall over. That was my biggest fear. But no, the thing that I remember, I was saying upstairs with Blissy. I remember. I kind of remember what everybody wore. I had this kind of strawberry outfit on. I have no idea. Raspberry kind of cut. Anyway.
And a string vest.
Yeah. And I remember people making like huge, great big errors on stage, and everybody just giggling. And it was kind of, that's unusual because quite often musicians will stare at you, glare at you if you make a mistake, but we were just kind of laughing and trying to cover it all up and hoping nobody noticed. But we also noticed that people were enjoying it, and that was a surprise, you know. Honestly, we'd been rehearsing for 3 weeks, and we had no idea who was going to come, and if they were going to enjoy it, if there might be 20 people or 220, we had no idea. So we did the best we could, but people seemed to like it, and yeah, it kind of went from there. While we were rehearsing, in fact, is when Insomnia had been out for a year and done nothing at all. And it was while we were rehearsing for this gig that it actually started flying up the charts all over Europe. So by the time we'd actually done the gig, there was about 6 different countries saying, "They have a band? Bring them over!" So yeah, it started all here. Well, it's Rollo really you need to talk to, because Rollo loves reggae, and so the music, Rollo and Blissy do the music and I'm the lyrical man. So the reggae influence in Faithless's music, obviously I welcome, but that's a Rollo thing. He loves his reggae, but for me personally, my reggae influences, we'll be here all day. We'd be here all day talking about, I mean, generally old school, but like the golden age of reggae. Frankie Paul, Dennis Brown, you know, Roots, Radix, I could go on. I mean, I really could, so we'll stop there.
Just some new stuff, which is exciting. I'm still writing with Rollo, and we've got a new project on the go, which is very exciting, because nobody knows it's us yet, because we didn't want to actually, amazing as our you know, nearly 20-year stint has been, it can also be a burden of expectation, and same with Maxi. We're both doing music that's quite different from Faithless going forwards. So at the moment we're not actually putting our name to it, so we're letting people love the music. It sounds ridiculous, but we're getting props slowly in an organic way, and that's something that Faithless definitely taught us. That people will love to discover music. You know, it's everywhere now, it's in your face all the time. It's a really different kind of period that we live in now, and you can think of the internet as a kind of accelerated word of mouth, which we didn't have. We had a genuine word of mouth sort of growth in popularity as a band. We weren't commercial from the off at all. So we're almost approaching this in a kind of similar way. It's collaborative. We're just going to see where it goes, and it's kind of between genres. I think that's a really important thing about Faithless, and why in one way it sort of surprised me that they wanted to put a plaque outside the jazz cafe, because there are so many more sort of jazzier artists, but we've always had that sort of element within Faithless. But I'm really proud that people know us as a dance band, but actually, as you pointed out, there's influences right across many forms of music within the Faithless sound. So I love that we didn't set out to be the sound of what was happening at the moment. We were actually sort of an antithesis to that, and not pinned down to just one thing.
First tip would be, no matter what happens or what anybody says, do not stop. Second tip would be, in terms of your career, I have a lot of young people, and they're constantly coming up saying they're looking for management, and I constantly, Craig, nothing against you, mate, but I constantly tell them, don't bother with that. Go to your own business meetings, right? All you really need is a lawyer, and if you're in the musicians union, they give you one. So you simply go get the contract, talk to your lawyer with it, make up your mind what you want out of the deal, and then go and renegotiate. Go and do all your own business meetings. So when you are successful, you're not going to have anybody pulling the wool over your eyes, because you've already been through that yourself. So for me, don't be looking at just making the music. Have your business head on too, because a business meeting is only two parties wanting to make a deal with each other. It's not anything grand. And once you have a lawyer to translate all the jargon, it's actually pretty simple. So if those are two tips I would give, is do your own business and absolutely do not stop under any circumstances. Yeah, there's loads. There are dozens, hundreds, if not. However, we did one weekend in Puerto Rico. Ask me why. To this day, I don't know why we were there, but it was just one of the best set of shows that I've ever experienced. It was incredible.
We did blow up the sound system.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We had to stop and then sort of rebuild it and come back on.
In terms of the lyrics, yes, there's always been a push, a direction, if you like, because as a Buddhist, it's always been my plan to try and let people. Buddhism is full of wisdom, and I've learnt a lot, and so part of what I really wanted to do with Faithless, and from day one, was to pass a lot of that on. And so, yeah, it's political, if you like, by default, but it's actually I'm always trying to encourage individuals, because I don't really believe in mass movements. I believe one person has a change of heart, that's it. You change your mind, it can change back again, but a change of heart, that's a fundamental shift in a person's direction. So that's always what I've been into, and I think that if you're going to do anything, that's kind of a reasonable thing to do. Okay, my favourite song to perform live was Crazy English Summer. Why? Because
You weren't on stage.
It's, yeah, utterly the most beautiful song we've ever done, and B, I wasn't on stage, I could just sit, listen and cry, it was nice. Never an issue. I sincerely believe, I suppose this will be my third tip as well.
We pleased ourselves.
Is, yeah, make music for yourself. Do not listen to the radio and think, right, everybody's listening to that, let's try and make that music. Go into your little bedroom with your kit and make what music turns you on. As long as it excites you, then that's the music I want to present to people. I would never want to think, I hope everybody really likes this. I've made this with that in mind, because then if they don't like it, whereas if you've made music to please yourself and people don't like it, actually you really don't care. It's like, you just don't get it yet. Do you know what? It sounds arrogant, but that's how it is. Sometimes with music, it takes a little listen, but absolutely please yourself first.
It's quite hard because I listen to a lot of electronic music. Subtract is a band I really like because they have a sort of yearning. The sound is very much their own. Beautiful voices, kind of quite minimal, not overblown, not even trying to be commercial. I like them quite a lot. I like Natasha Khan's new song, Back for Lashes. I think she's really grown as an artist. Her voice has just got something in it that I can't wait to hear the new album, for example. She's an older artist, but she's, coming back. Again, someone who's got a lovely long career, I hope, and will be around for a while.
I guess what it means to me is how much it's meant to other people. That is the bit that I find astonishing still. Because, you write your lyrics sat on the same piece of the couch that you always sit in when you're writing your lyrics, or right there in the studio, and the fact that you can go to Serbia and have somebody to whom English probably isn't even the second language, who knows your words and understands what they mean and comes to talk to you about them. That's like, whoa, hold on a minute. So yeah, the fact that just by pleasing ourselves we've managed to mean something to other people, that's almost shocking.